Is this Chad Brantley?
Yep.
Hey, why'd you guys hang up?
Man, we lost you. I looked down. I'm talking to Brantley, and I looked down at my phone, and I was like, "Uh-oh."
First of all, by the way, this is Chad. We don't even have to talk to Brantley. We can hang up on him if he doesn't know anything.
Shame.
Like he doesn't even know anything about the show. You were having to tell him how cool the show was. So don't let that Johnny come lately just try to get up on you. I mean, Chad, you're the one that is the person I want to talk to, not Brantley. Brantley wanted to listen to who was his favorite guy? I forget. Brantley, who did you say was your must listen to?
Well, I love Conan O'Brien, Bubba, and I agree totally.
Conan
Look, I told Chad this. I said, Bubba doesn't want to talk to me, man.
No.
I'm honored to be talking to you, Bubba.
Well, thank
really
you.
am, so thank you.
But Chad's the star of the show. Let's just be honest, okay? I mean, you're a pretty good host, Brantley, but Chad's country bumpkin, and then that chick that he's rolling around with, that's what's taking everybody to the dance. Come on, let's be honest with each other.
Absolutely agree.
Chad, who was that chick that you were with at the ball game?
Oh, that's my fiance. That's Amanda. Man.
My Lord, that's above the rim action right there all day. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, I came in and hit you with that hot chick Willie on the backside.
She was unbelievable. Great selection. So anyway,
great selection.
Let me just give everybody just a little what we're talking about here. That just shows you how unconventional our show is because, usually we would have a big-time star like Tony Mandrich or Brett Favre or something, but we even have guys like Chad and Brantley who are not stars but are trying to do the best they can, putting together some content. Chad is a fan of the show, and by some organic measure, I was on YouTube or something. I think somebody sent me a link. And
you said someone sent it to you.
Somebody sent me a link somehow and be like, hey, this dude right here has got a podcast, kind of a small podcast nonetheless, but he could have picked 1 million people as to who his favorite radio guy was, and he picked you. And it's really refreshing because usually everybody's telling you how much you suck and, how much you've changed and you've lost it all and you're a fat ass and you're a loser and, and to have like some regular dude that just organically knows about the show and then will talk about it on his little show, it just really took me back. And especially...
You know a lot.
Well, and here's the thing. I'm just going to play the little 25-second clip. I wish I had the other clip, but Lummy lost it because he's stupid. But this is the clip that got my attention nonetheless. Hold on.
This dude's great. Like, he's just talking, he's got crazy guests on. Great friends with Hulk Hogan. Then this radio war started happening between the afternoon guy, Bubba. He let Hulk Hogan have sex with his wife, and it was recorded. And then the dude in the afternoon stole that information and then published it. And that was that Hulk Hogan sex tape. So Hulk Hogan ends up making $100 million. Bubba gets run out of the radio.
I mean,
I like him already.
And Jay,
I like to say radio.
Jay, you're my lawyer, and you're my lawyer during all that. And this guy is one of the very few that really gets it.
He summed it up in 35 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I should have hired you, Chad, to be my lawyer because you summed it up in 35 seconds.
Can we use that as the PR statement?
Absolutely.
And so I've been up, and I get ribbed about it a lot. Like a lot of the fans, and everybody's like, "Oh God, here's Bubba talking about, yeah, we got it." But to hear somebody actually do comprehend what I've been trying to say,
right?
I don't know, makes
you feel validated.
He gets it.
Yeah.
So Chad, I was just like so taken back that I am your favorite show, and you guys were talking about it on your podcast deal, and I don't know, I just kind of turned like into a little fanboy. I turned into a Chad fanboy, like a little bit.
How many times did you watch that clip, Bubba?
Oh, say it again! I will tell you, repeat. So many times that I can tell you Chad's flat top's on fleek. I'll tell you that right now. So much that I'm following him on my Twitter.
What are your favorite ones?
Oh, yeah.
For me, this is a little...
This is the whole thing in its entirety. Jay, you're going to love this. And listen, so, I've become such a fanboy for this guy that I follow him on Twitter, and I knew he took his hot fiance to the ball game on Saturday. So
he's talking carny to you, though. He knows your language too.
So listen, Jay, this is the entire clip right here. Listen to this.
Different, right? So this is more of a radio personality, but he got driven to Twitch and YouTube because of his outlandish behavior. I shouldn't say behavior. I should say like the things that he was involved with are so crazy. Like it was too much for radio. And so this is a guy named Bubba Loves Fun.
I need to hire this guy for an agent. He's like, this guy's too much for radio.
Gene.
And he's down in Tampa. and he's from what I think Warsaw, Indiana, originally. He spent time with Howard Stern on that show, and kind of learned under Howard. Became really good friends with Howard Stern, but he moved to Tampa. He's a shock jock, right? So everything he did is really. But he's such a dude.
I should hire this guy to sing a country and western song about my show.
Oh, he could write a song about you right now.
Yeah, I mean, just this
live on air.
This 5 minute and 16 said just put a little honky tonk music behind it, it'd be a hit.
Dude, but he was always pressing everything. So I moved to Tampa in 2011. So when I got there, he was on in the mornings.
Huh.
And it was phenomenal. I was like, this dude's great. Like, he's just talking, he's got
So he was right in the middle of the radio war.
Oh, yeah. This guy.
He was right in the middle of the whole MJ thing.
This Chad character, he's got it all down, man. He really does.
Good.
Hold on.
Great friends with Hulk Hogan, and he's just out there doing crazy stuff. And then there was this guy in the afternoon named Mike Calta. They called him Cowhead. And it was like, man, I love this Tampa radio from morning drive to afternoon drive.
Yeah, I mean, until Calta turned into a dick, man, they had two big, huge shows. Like, why would you change it? It's idiot. Hold on.
Great. But then this radio war started happening between the afternoon guy and Bubba. And Bubba, had somehow, in his video footage in his house.
Listen. Chad tries to get through this. Listen.
He let Hulk Hogan have sex with his wife.
I can smell baby, I know.
And it was recorded, and then the dude in the afternoon stole that.
So stop it right there. He didn't say anything accusational about anything there. That was as artfully worded, just so you know, from a lawyer. A+, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, he was so. I mean,
it was unbelievable.
It's like he knew he was going to come on the show.
It's unbelievable, man. I don't know, man. This guy is the best. I love this guy. Hold on.
And then published it. That was that Hulk Hogan sex tape. And so Hulk Hogan ends up making.
See this, and Jay, this is the story that I wish the public knew.
He just summarized the whole thing.
I know.
So that was the Hulk Hogan sex tape.
Yeah.
So he just summed up the whole thing in 30 seconds. Awesome.
$100 million. Bubba gets run out of the radio, because they thought he did it. And it's come to find out, it took 2 years to investigate this. It was the afternoon guy, but the afternoon guy got the morning job, took over, and then Bubba doubled down and got another show, and then got found guilty tampering with Nielsen ratings.
Poor guy, Poor guy.
It's hard to defend you.
But this poor guy, he was trying to soften that up.
Soften that one,
yeah, he was trying to, come on now, fellas. I got to tell you the truth a little bit now. Come on. He's kind of a piece of crap. Hold on.
He was paying a guy to listen to the show more. And they ran him completely out of radio, man.
Which is true. Well, this guy's so got it. Hold on.
And it was I feel terrible for the cat. I mean, it was because he's such a dude's dude, and his show is so good and he's so intriguing. It's the guy you want to root for, and you're but I had to find him on Twitch in the weirdest places, to listen to him. But now he's back on radio. I listened to him on Florida Man Radio, and there's multiple. There's Tampa, I think there's Orlando, there's Fort Walton, and luckily I can listen to 103.1 in Fort Walton. I can hear Bubba every morning.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
So he's building back, but dude, he is like I said, Hulk got $100 million, Bubba got ran out of radio, and
that's it.
He lost everything.
That's it.
But dude, you can't help but love this guy. You know what I mean? He's just so entertaining. He's so good. He's so real. But dude, he can't get out of him. He can't get out of his own way.
Also true.
It's true.
I mean, Chad really gets
channeling Tom Bean there.
My God, hold on.
You know what I mean? So it makes you relate with him. Sometimes you think how close in life you come to everything. Oh gosh, everything could just fall apart. And
look at Brantley. Brantley's completely man, whatever. This guy sounds stupid.
He does it on radio, but you got to listen to him and you got to search him out.
Hold on. Then dumbass Brantley comes up with, talk about complete opposites. Conan O'Brien. Could I be any more opposite?
No.
I mean, that just shows you who's tough
Polar
and who's
opposite.
a little bit soft. Chad, see, he's a country guy out there. He's tough. He's a real. Brantley, meanwhile, he kind of is like the Conan O'Brien softer kind of deal. Is kind of what I'm thinking.
Now Brantley's no Cajun, he's a good dude. He appreciates a lot, and he's listened to this, and I've turned him on to you, and he's listening.
Yeah,
to
I mean, but Brantley, you got to admit, our show is completely different than Conan O'Brien.
Oh, absolutely, but in a good way, man. No, I'm a fan now, Bubba. Don't think that I am not. I absolutely love what you're doing. I love the rawness of it, man. That's what I just love. It's so raw, unscripted. You're ready to rock. Anything.
Man, you know, Steve's idea of paying people organically to call us really is going to end up working out well for us, isn't it? make sure Steve gets that check to you guys, fellas. This was all his idea.
Envelope. No check.
New Papa, they've got this new marketing idea. I'm going to pay these two honky tonk guys to start listening to your show. You call them live. They put you over. We'll send you a few $100, okay? Exactly. Hold on. I got to get back to Chad. Hold on, Brantley. Stand by.
These days. Hey,
Brantley, you're a short timer. You shouldn't even be on the air. Only Chad should be on the air, but we'll let you stand by. Hold on.
He loves you.
Howard Stern, I mean, has been to like 2 weddings in his life. One of them was Bubba.
Look at Chad's got it, man.
He really knows.
Chad, I love
telling you.
I'm such a mark for Chad. I really am.
He's only been here since 2011. He knows your life since Warsaw.
He's not even here anymore. He's in Fort Walton now. He's gone. When did you leave Tampa, Chad?
I moved there. 2013.
So just 2 years. He was only here for 2 years.
Oh.
Got 2 pieces of artwork hanging on his wall, and one of them's Bubba's. He painted an abstract art for him. So, I mean, the cat is highly talented. He's just self-destructive.
Also true.
Oh, hold on. Let me play hold on. Let me go.
You know what I mean? But I still like him. I actually like him because of those reasons. So to me, he's like my number one guy that I'd seek out. Like if tomorrow he ended up back in obscurity, you know, and I had to find him on some weird channel, I'm going to listen to him.
That's
still.
awesome.
So
That is great.
P1 right
that's
there.
my number one guy in the radio business. And
Drinking a Miller Lite. Drinking a Miller Lite.
Not a Bud Light.
Yep.
No, hell no.
Not a Bud Light.
entertainment industry of putting out content. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
You had sent me some of that Bubba Love Sponge stuff before and told me a little
Here's Brantley in his blue room.
bit about
Let's
him.
hear it.
Checked him out. Dude is nuts. I mean, no 2 ways about it. But very entertaining, sharp as a tack, like you say. Just, I mean, that dude's he's everywhere. So absolutely, I could get more
Yeah,
into.
make sure Steve gets that money right out to him. These guys are killing it. What we told them exactly what to do. Are they not?
that.
Yeah, no, he's oddly entertaining and he's oddly addictive.
I would highly encourage anybody who has a death wish and wants to hear some crazy stuff. I mean that in a good way. Like, I mean, if you just want to hear somebody's life and stories that have just derailed, go to, I mean, your name's Bubba Love Sponge. Bubba the Love Sponge? Or is
Bubba
it
the Love
Love
Yeah, he's legally has changed his name to Bubba the Love Sponge. It's real name, I think.
By the way, I think we'll be hiring Chad to be my new publicist and agent.
New PR guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Once a week appearances.
So Chad, where do you live in Fort Walton Beach?
I'm actually over like in Freeport, Florida, which is just north of Santa Rosa Beach.
Now,
just
what
on
do
the
you
north side.
what do you normally do for a living?
So I'm in medical device sales. So, I mean,
Interesting.
doctors like Dan would be great to deal with, man. Those are the cool cats that you deal with on a daily basis. They're not always that cool.
Like,
so,
are you selling hips? Are you selling knees? What type of medical devices are you selling?
Yeah, I work with a company called Cordis. So we do basically like vascular access and closure. We do stents and balloons so those arteries get clogged up.
Our uncle helped invent the cardiac catheterization way back when. Yeah.
My stepfather. If you know anything about medical devices, then you have. That's probably why you knew I was from Warsaw, Indiana, because it's the medical device capital of the world, isn't it? Warsaw, Indiana. Warsaw, Indiana is the orthopedic capital of the world. It's where,
Really?
It is.
All the joints are built there?
all the knees,
Yeah, all the ortho stuff.
all the
Really?
yeah.
That's
Zimmer,
cool. Made in
Biomat,
America,
DePuy, yeah, exactly. Now, Brantley, what do you do for a living? Are you out fishing for crawfish all day? What do you do?
Bubba gum.
What do you do, Brantley?
I've got my white boots on. I'm getting shrimp all the time. No, man. I sell insurance. It's boring, man. I'm an insurance salesman. Sell that kind of stuff.
And how did you two guys come up with a podcast? Just have you been friends and you decided, man, technology has it where we can kind of zoom each other in and talk about you guys talk about all types of various things, not just how cool my show is, but just, life in general. And how did you two figure this out?
We were just talking, man, one night, and just decided, hey, I want to do a podcast. We're coming out of COVID and podcasts are going crazy, but it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And Chad and I were just visiting one night and over Zoom, actually. I said, you know what, we ought to record this and then just see what happens. And so they just started doing that and putting it out. And here we are on Bubba the Love Sponge show, which is flat out insane.
Well,
we've made it to this, but thank you.
How many followers you guys have?
I think they have, what do you guys got? 130 subscribers on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, 130.
Something like that on YouTube.
Yeah,
we don't have very many yet, but hopefully we'll get a few more.
Hey,
Good content grows.
We're gonna keep promoting you, have you on from time to time, because like as a special little project, you're like our little brothers, and we're the big we're big timers, and you guys are just starting out. And rather than to be, most big timers will big time the starter outers, and we want to help the starter outers, especially Chad being the encyclopedia Bubba that he is. I love that guy.
Absolutely. But Bubba, I'll tell you, I mean, Brantley is the kind of the pimp in the box. He's the dang Wizard of Oz that puts all this together. I just show up my little shed in the backyard. I've turned into a little studio.
I know
That's super important.
Chad, I know the brains behind the operation. I know you're like the Lummy. You're like the Lummy. Brantley's Bubba. He keeps it going, and then you just Lummy yourself in occasionally, look honky tonk.
Hey, we've got a third co-host that comes in, and that's JR the Handler. And he is Justin Moore's tour manager. And so he does a podcast.
Well, hold on now. We're not familiar with JR the Handler now, are we, Lummy? We need to hear some JR the Handler action.
I like
here.
that name.
Yeah.
The Handler is legendary in country music. I mean, everybody knows JR. He is the man. But he comes in and helps us out, too. He's just been kind of coming on and doing it. And the next thing we know, we've done probably 8 or 9 shows together. And so he's the trifecta there. And so we're still trying to figure this thing out. We're just having fun right now, looking to add guests to the show at some point.
That's what you need. You got to get guests. And here's the deal, man. Don't be discouraged by slow growth. Just keep doing it. I mean, I know that neither one of you, are relying on it for your major income because there's not a lot of money to it on the podcasting and the YouTube deal at first. Eventually, you could get it to be worth, you can make $2 or $3 grand on it. You really could. So don't give up, and more importantly, consider it a hobby. And you guys are pretty, formatically good, and you guys work well off each other from what the shows that I've seen. And occasionally, you have my number. I need to probably give you my number, Chad. Did I text you my number or did I direct message you? I forget which one.
I don't have it. You
I'll get it to you.
And I'm not a social media guy.
No, but I'll get you my number. We'll keep in touch and let's have you on from time to time. You and I forgot about Brantley. Yeah, Brantley.
Man.
Once in a while. And all right, guys, listen, Bubba Army, go to the YouTube channel. It's Tiggs Bits. Is that what it is, Lummy? Is that what it is on the YouTube?
Yes.
Tiggs Bits, and then I'll take you to all the podcasting stuff and all that they do. And when's your guys' next show?
We're recording it as we speak, Bubba. It's becoming Thursday.
Oh, that's smart, Lummy. They're going to use this as a show, and I give them full permission. So there you go. You got my full permission to use this in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it was going to be the pre-show about the show, and then the after thoughts.
You guys use whatever part of this stupid show you guys want. You guys use it, cut it up, whatever the hell you need, okay?
Oh, what are you talking about, man? You're the rock of your radio, man. So I appreciate you having us on, man.
And we'll keep in touch. And Chad, I'll text you today, okay, guys?
Sounds good, buddy.
Appreciate you.
All right, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bubba Army as well.
Thank you, buddy. Isn't that just so
That was cool.
That was awesome.
I mean,
that made their life. They were so excited.
And here's the deal, man. Bubba Army, go check their stuff out. Go sub. They're just a couple dudes, man. And Chad, of which one of them really, really is Bubba Army. Like Chad. I mean, I know Brantley. I know Brantley's. I know Brantley's Bubba Army. He started listening a week or two ago. But Chad.
But that's what we want. We want new listeners.
You can have Stockholm very quickly once you hear it.
And I'm not saying anything bad about Brantley. I'm so very appreciative. But Chad. He's a P1. That's super P1, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is.
Oh, thank you so much, Chad. Thank you. I mean, like, honest to God, you have no idea. Like, I wouldn't say I almost cried, but I was just like.
You were moved.
I was very moved in the fact that, man, here's a dude that really does understand my plight.
That's the thing. For years, when you and I have private discussions, you always say, no one gets it. Everyone thinks I'm the scumbag here. No one understands it.
And nobody
he
really.
just summarized it as perfectly as anyone I've heard summarize
And
it.
most of the Bubba Army know it too. But to have a guy that's got a small little platform and is trying to promote the show and gets the show is cool. Is super cool. Thank you, Chad. Danny, you got to get going.
Yes.
And we'll put Jay in the big seat. So stand by.
Uncensored, unfiltered, unfettered.
Thanks for the info.
Uncensored, unfiltered, and unfettered. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
That was Chad and Brantley, and Lummy, I was right. Their YouTube channel's not Tig Bits. It's Tig's Bits Podcast. That's their YouTube.
Oh, I thought with the website, tigbits.com, because it has all their stuff.
True. The landing page would be tigbits, TIGSBITS.com. Then that'll take you to their multiple places. And go and follow them and be Bubba Army and tell them thank you for, knowing the show. And hell, Lummy, maybe I should. I was seeing on chat a little bit, there were some people saying maybe a BARP invitation at least,
Oh, well.
Maybe.
But I was thinking, but I didn't want to say it on the air.
Why not?
Because then if you say no, then, then
Then it's
like,
not your
aw.
brilliant idea. It was your brilliant idea.
Oh, but Anna was like, would be afraid I would be like,
Well, I didn't want you to be like, no, and then they feel bad and you feel awkward and you're like, oh, shut up, stupid bitch.
It's easier to co-sign.
Stupid bitch. I wasn't going to invite them. Now we got to invite them because make you feel
Yeah.
bad, stupid bitch.
Right. Yeah. You feel stupid bitch. I hate you so much.
Yeah,
Little
it's-
raisins.
A little raisin stupid as hell. Don't forget who made you. Jesus God, you'd be out there, bad tweets, got kicked off Cox, never have a job again, still to kill, working at Hooters.
Hooters.
Whatever.
Raisins.
Whatever. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'll tell you all. Anyway, go to tigsbits.com, and these are some cool dudes, and let's give the little guy a chance.
Bobby Williams, 25 on the Venmo.
And you guys do a good show. Now make sure your shows are good. Don't make sure they don't suck. When I'm going to be
Especially
endorsed.
now, right?
Yeah, especially now. Guys, make sure you put together some good. Brantley, you're the brains behind the operation. Put together some good shows now, buddy. Don't screw it up. There's a lot of eyes on you, bud.